flying off the ceiling, taken by this feeling, baby, we're invincible.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Rebuilding Notts County. As always, if you're still enjoying the save, drop a like on the video, that'd be tremendous. Today, it's big time. It is the Carabao Cup final. Now, I know that might not seem like the biggest thing, but we've won the FA Cup. We actually won that before we did really well in the FA Cup final, didn't we? And we won the Premier League. But domestically, we've not won the Carabao Cup, and that's what I really want to achieve today. We're still going to do in the second leg against Inter though, but that will take a sort of slight back seat to this because I feel like we're in a good position in that. Today though, I thought we'd start on Julian Burgess because at the end of the day, he's been out on loan for 5 years from us to Chester and has got 77 goals and 203 for them. It's a pretty good record, quite frankly, for the guy that we picked up for virtually nothing from Fulham. Like, he's actually got some quite okay attributes in certain areas. He's just a good sort of lower league English striker, to be honest. And I'd like to think that we could probably sell him to Chester, but his contract's up at the end of the season, and I really don't see the point in extending it. But before we get into anything else, it is time to thank new patrons. It's the start of the week. This week, it is Fabio Faria. Thank you so much, mate. That is incredibly generous of you joining up over there. And thank you to everyone who's over there still. Massively. Thank you for that. Anyway, we've got more stuff to talk about. Troffin is like your Origi, hardly plays and scores random big goals when he does. To be fair, you're not wrong. I mean, he got the winner against Zenit, he got what should have been the winner against Liverpool, and I think in future I'm just going to stick with my gut on that kind of stuff and go to time wasting after 85 minutes and play for set pieces. That seems to be the thing that works for me. Changing the mentality just does not seem to have any effect for me. And yeah, I'm not saying that that game particularly would have gone any different had we not done that, but you just don't know. It literally was directly after the goal. Costel Troffin for Ballon d'Or. I mean, it's a brave call. He is still amazingly the second best striker in our team. But, I mean, Ghetto so out of sight, it's unreal. This episode was basically watching you gradually losing your damn mind, and it was glorious viewing. I like that I can do the whole Angry Rants episode sometimes, and it's a positive thing. It's like, it's an entertainment factor rather than, oh god, this guy's complaining again, which is kind of what I wanted from it. I feel like sometimes you can do too much or too little, and I think we're in a nice balance right now. Also, I've prepared a separate little video that I'm going to put out at some point soon about how I set up the databases and stuff, because I'm always being asked about it, and I feel like it's easier for me to just be able to show you than it is for me to try and explain it on Streamloads. So that's what I'm going to do. Right, off-camera games, because we've got two off-camera games, we've got a Carabao Cup final, some more off-camera games, and then Inter. This is a big one. And we started off in really good style away at Manchester City. They have been on great form. They were top of the form table, really flying along, and I was not expecting anything. But then this happened. What a way to take the lead in a game. John Carlos whips one into the channel, but it's a bit overhit. Keeper comes out, decides to whack it straight at Cabral's face, and then, yeah, it rolls straight into the net. That was how we took the lead against Manchester City, was with that. And to be fair, they were shit at the time, but they did really start to come into it in the second half. And frankly, I'd say they got a very deserved equaliser when David Rodriguez went through and made it 1-1. They'd created a decent number of chances. They started to change things up a little bit. But then I decided to go down the wings and put it on shoot on sight. For whatever reason, it worked magnificently. Jose Lelsingera put us back in front not 3 minutes later as we went on to create about 3 chances, I think, in the last 10 minutes. And then in the 88th minute, he wrapped it up with one last lovely finish to add 2 more goals to his tally, bringing his tally for the season, I believe, to 20 now. He's certainly back in form, which is exactly what we needed. As we then went into a home game against Everton, a tight one. This was a strange game. Jespersen gave us the lead early on from a corner before Jordan Beckhardt with yet another lovely goal to add to his tally for the season made it 2-0. And we were cruising at this point. But then Denilson Evora got through in behind us twice and it was 2-2 and I was gutted. But then we just dug deep, did what we do, and then Augustin De Los Santos in the 89th minute poked one home from a breakdown of an attack and was able to make it 3-2 to Notts County. Another huge victory right when we needed it. And the league is getting very interesting now. Just a quick look at it before we move on to other stuff, of course, because we'll be back here. We're 4 points from Liverpool now. At one point, we went down to 1, but obviously they beat Bournemouth 2-0, and we're starting to put nice gaps over the teams below us a little bit now, though they're all in relatively good form, quite frankly. Even Palace have started to rejuvenate themselves and look pretty comfortable in that 6th spot, so things are looking very good for us. The title race still isn't technically off the cards. Liverpool have lost to Manchester United twice this season, and I think that's the only reason that we're even still within touching distance of them. It could still happen. I think it's unlikely, but you never know. Guerra with his 8 assists and 20 goals, 28 contributions. I still don't think he's going to better what he did last year, but he might have an absolutely wonderful final 10 games. Who knows? Right. Carabao Cup. This is where the tension really lies. Like, I know it's Norwich City, but I'm desperate to win this because I want to make sure that we come up with a win, get the cup. That would be a really nice piece of confidence for us. Julian Stefan is managing Norwich. So, who is available? A few little injuries picked up, unfortunately. Lever is out for... He'll be back for the Inter game, comfortably. Beckhardt and Dubois. Dubois took a little rest for the last game as well. That should be good. Cabral's still in excellent form. Admittedly, got lucky with the goal against City. So the bench is going to be De Los Santos, Pinto, Asman, Keskin, Fernandez, Torgerson, and of course Costel Troffin, because you can't resist a bit of Troff. Now Norwich do play with 2 DMs, so part of the plan might be to go down the wings if things start to get a bit funny. Particularly as we have Tirso on instead of Lever. All on the line now, lads. Norwich City, lower half Premier League side. We are a Championship challenger team. This is the perfect opportunity for us to win a final. And Cabral, already getting in there. Someone needs to step up and be a hero for us in a final. Might prep us for another final later this season. Who knows? We seem to be setting up this game in exactly the way I would have wanted it to. Controlling that centre of the midfield and... Oh, what a ball for Cabral. Again, he's going to have to shoot. And it's another great tackle by Lacurto. Jean Carlos. An early goal would make a world of difference here and cleared away again. Watch out. And Jespersen just stepping in there to keep the pressure on. Beckart. Surely got to use Cabral or Campbell. Oh, Campbell's in. Finds the ball. No, he doesn't. We could still win this back, though. Oh, we have! Cabral's won it! And it's come all the way through for Guerra! And it's 1-0 to Notts County. 27th goal of the season. A lot of that is credit to Campbell and Cabral for just pressing Norwich so heavily on this right-hand side here. The ball eventually just gets bundled over to him. I think Cabral is the one that actually puts the tackle in. Yeah, he just puts the tackle in, and then there's another tackle from Cabral. Really, really good, like, defensive work in their penalty area from Cabral. Wonderful start. Campbell. Well, we look like we've actually got some real quality tonight. Campbell. Oh, they're just being distracted almost. One goes past one. What's he got? Cabral. He's definitely got stuff. And oh, that was a very, very poor piece of play from us. And if we let go... Oh, are you joking? Bloody hell, lads. Come on. Bit concerned about number 11 in the space he's got. And, yeah. And we're going to let him bring it down as well. Oh, you've got to be joking. Whew. Well, we started off well. We just seem to have simmered down a little bit now, which is unlikely. Unfortunate. Campbell. Guerra's literally can't catch up with him at the moment. But here's Tirso. Just goes past his man. Finds the shot near post. I'm not a fan of their sudden renaissance. We need a second goal before they can think about doing something like that. Beckart. He's going to get the shot away, you feel. And it's a good strike. Norwich have certainly not been as bad as the start to this game would lead you to believe they have been. Oh, God. And look, they're just getting past people here. And, I mean, that's a great save from Marvin Suarez. They've actually created some opportunities, really. They don't look half bad. You can see why they beat Arsenal. Half-time 1-0 through Guerra, but it's really not been the dominant performance I was expecting of us, to be fair. We cannot afford to get complacent in this position because it's just starting. This game is starting to get a bit funny now. We do not look good right about now. Vieira's ball in. Campbell clears it. Right, Cabral now. Got to look long. And he has found Tirso. Not sure why both wingers are on this side, but we'll take it. Tirso's going to have to cut back inside onto his left. And he's found the ball anyway. And Jean Carlos makes it 2-0. Juan Tirso. That is a really, really important goal in terms of the timing of that, just to shut Norwich down. Because I think they were starting to get a little bit confident here. So it's great work from Juan Tirso, to be fair to him, on his wrong foot. But he just manages to hold the play up enough so he can use that left. Dinks it in there. Jean Carlos rises high. Perfect header. 2-0. That should be excellent now. Well, we've been far from amazing in this game, but a 2-0 lead with 30 minutes to go in a cup final is a very solid scoreline, and that should surely do it. Nikolai Jespersen, Notts County 3, Norwich City 0 in the Carabao Cup final. They fought hard and had a good sort of 25-minute spell where they were probably on top, but that goal has surely killed this game off entirely now. Lovely work from Jespersen. Keeper could do better there. Yeah, Norwich seem to have completely given up the ghost. There's been very few highlights since then. Nothing has really happened. 3-0 up. 6 minutes to go in the cup final. Clean sheet would be nice, though, to really see this trophy out with a smile going into that lovely Inter game. And that would also be another win in a row. We're really starting to rack them up again now, which is a positive sign of things to come, hopefully. Might even be able to get us back into the title race if we carry on with this sort of form. But, you know, we've managed to put down some big wins against big teams, like beating City and Chelsea and beating City again. Jean Carlos might have a go at this. Finds Dubois. Someone going to make the run for him. He might go alone here. He's all the way through. Good save by the keeper. Into stoppage time now, and there's just nothing going on. Norwich City they've given up. That second goal really killed them. Great breakaway from their corner. They were actually starting to find some real footing, and there we go. Notts County 3, Norwich City 0. The players trot off as if they don't care about the fact we've just won. Oh, now we get one. Ah, dear, I forgot about that. Right, so we've won the Carabao Cup. That'll please the board, if nothing else. Players get another trophy under their belt. Now it's time to finish off Inter, hopefully. Some more games off camera first, though. See you guys in a sec. Right, we're back. Unfortunately, had a slight boo-boo in the FA Cup here, which was not ideal. Michael Elisa got through, made it 1-0 to Bournemouth, and we just weren't really able to recover. Had a few little options here and there. Fernandez did a decent job after coming on for a slightly injured Greg Campbell, which just was not good enough. But it is one less cup competition to focus on, I suppose, but it would have been nice to go for everything this year. Just wasn't to be. But we then did follow that with a very, very good 2-0 victory away at Brighton at the Amex. Paolo Assman with a lovely header. Put him in instead of Beckart today, and I think he redeemed himself there massively. And then Guerra, of course, doing what he does, getting a man of the match, was ball whipped in by Greg Campbell. Guerra strikes it full on the volley through the defender and manages to make it 2-0, and we get away with another victory. But this was made all the more sweeter by Liverpool dropping some points. They've only won 2 of their last 5, still only 1 defeat, but they're getting caught. And we are catching them 2 points behind them now. We are coming for you, Liverpool. It's very, very nice to see indeed. United doing okay up there as well. We're starting to make a massive gap over Chelsea, though, to really guarantee ourselves Champions League next year. Palace are really starting to struggle now. They lost to Newcastle. I have a horrible feeling they're going to balls it up again. But yeah, Liverpool drew 0-0 with Watford, which was a very strange one. So we're in a fairly straightforward position now, but we do have Pinto and Campbell suspended and a few little niggling injuries here and there. So we should be okay for a fairly full-strength team. But it's going to have to be Beckart and Assman in the midfield today because Dubois, he just can't play as many games in a week as the other guys can. But Lever is back now. So a relatively straightforward team. Campbell, okay, sure. But Fernandes is one hell of an understudy. So the bench is going to be Turgerson, Keskin, Hubanov, Bonanno, Perrier, Turso, and Chostel-Troffin. We just need to not lose 4-0. Let's have this. All we need to do is avoid a 4-0 defeat, basically. I guess a 3-0 would take us to extra time. But I feel like we're strong enough to do it. We've put ourselves in a strong position. 1 goal, really, kills this. I think if we score 1, Inter need 5. And that just... in fact, 10 minutes in, and there's not really been a lot of involvement so far. Butrosevic's ball in Skriniar, and a good save by Suarez. Okay, so Inter getting us started here. It's been a bit of a slow start from us, but slow is fine in these types of games, really. Beckart, nice ball through, cleared away. We're starting to get a bit more of the possession now. Starting to play those wide areas in. Oh, good God, Nikolai. Do not muck this up now. Okay, we've defended quite well to get back there. No. Oh, we've been very poor in this game. 36 minutes in, and we've not had a shot on target. I mean, Inter have not done a great deal themselves, which is the only saving grace of this game, but we're not exactly covering ourselves in glory from this performance. Celso on again. What are they doing? That's twice today our centre-backs have done that, and Suarez has bailed us out this time. Well, coming up to half-time, we've still not had a shot on target. I can't remember the last time we got to half-time in a game and didn't have a shot on target. That is really something that John Carlos cleared away. Beckart, just thump one at half-time so we can at least get ourselves... And again, we're just dwelling on the ball. Inter do at least look up for it in that sense. Come on, number 5, at least get across to him. There we go. Oh, God. And more last-ditch tackles. And we're not done yet. Don't concede before half-time. Good ball in. Oh, it's in off the post. Edelson Rodriguez into 1. County 0. And frankly, they deserve it. We've been appalling. This is probably the worst I've seen us play in a very, very long time. Particularly as we've just come off the back of a ridiculously good performance away at Brighton. It's a great header from Rodriguez, and there's nothing that Suarez can do about that. We've got to be careful here. That's disgraceful. We were sort of keeping them in the game, but there was so many mistakes. The players were just dwelling on the ball for some reason, not passing it properly. They just seem to be refusing to pass the ball when they get it. They just wait for the Inter player to come and tackle them. Whereas normally they would just get that ball out of their feet, and great first touch from Bernabe. Bernabe, that's the Andorran dude that used to be at Sevilla. I'm certain of it. Right, here we go. Got a large amount of players on the breakaway here. Jean Carlos has to pick the right ball. Got to slip in through. Guerra, 1 touch. Oh, much, much better from us on the break there, but he has to finish that. Nothing feels right. The passing is janky. We look unstable defensively. Jean Carlos again now. He's going to go alone here. He's going to have to. He's going to have to get the shot away. Smashes it near post, and Aldera is there to make the stop. Okay, we're looking a bit more threatening on the break now, which is what I wanted from us. Loads of space for Jean Carlos. Lovely first touch as well. Pulls it across for Lever. Guerra, can he turn? He can't find anyone. Asman Guerra. And smashed at goal again, and Aldera is there to make the stop. Woof. Okay, this is better. Beckart with a really aimless header. That's just put us into more trouble. And now even more. And now it's 2-0. The defending is appalling. Why have they just suddenly lost the ability to defend? It's not like Inter are cutting us apart. We're winning the ball back and then just... Oh, it's a great strike from Butroshevic, but we're just giving them so many chances. Every pass seems to be going astray. Every tackle is going astray. Everything's just going astray, and Jespersen puts it in off the bar, and that will do it. Oh, my goodness me. Ooh, bit of a relief there. We were starting to look a little bit janky, but Jespersen's come up with the hero's goal. That's us through now. Lovely bullet from Guerra. Celso, really brilliant header there, and Jespersen played on side by. I don't know why they were following him in there, but they have, and now it's 2-1, and that's fine. We've been bailed out by that set piece, and Pader's now through, and it's round the side again for Butroshevic, and cleared away. Whew. Good bit of play, and that's probably going to be outside the box. Why is he running to the stand? Why are we seeing this? It's a penalty, apparently. Okay? I guess. If we equalise here, it would be very, very harsh on Inter. They've played really well, and we've been not good enough. But it would be nice for Guerra to add 1 more to his tally. Go on, Jose. Smash it. And it's in. Inter 2, Notts County 2. Completely against the run of play in this entire game. But we've come back from 2-0 down to make it 5-2 on aggregate and really just sort of kill this off completely. But that was very fortunate. Like, Inter could have had more goals in this game, I feel like, and our defending did not justify the performance. Very, very poor indeed. But in the end, we've actually got away without losing this one, which is going to be good for morale, if nothing else. It will allow us to keep that pressure on other teams in the league. There we go. Inter 2, Notts County 2. 2 late goals send us through. Not that we weren't already going through at that point still, but Nikolai Jespersen and Jose Lelsingera coming up trumps. That's what we needed. But you can bet your bottom dollar that's going to be the next episode. It's going to be Champions League quarterfinal. We got past Inter fairly comfortably in the end. And we managed to keep ourselves unbeaten there, which is quite important, albeit unbeaten too. But now we've got Man United and then Newcastle and Bournemouth in the league. If we could beat Man United, that'd be huge for us. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this episode, I really hope you have. Drop a like on the video. We've won a cup and we're through in the Champions League. That's brilliant. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, and I will see you guys very soon. And as always, hold your gun, capybara. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.